back, everybody. Between the last recording and this one, I've bumped up my guys a little bit. I've got some stronger equipment on them. I got some stronger defense as well. So we are going to attempt to do this. This guy is not fair, so this might take multiple tries to do this. So let's see what happens, because I actually don't know. Unlike yeah, okay, not what I wanted to do. It's sort of RNG based to beat this guy, so that's what we're gonna do. So the strategy is based on summoning as many guys in as possible, as quickly as possible. We're going with the bigger summons here. If he uses the thing that basically turns off all of my Jin, I'm going to have to probably restart. I don't think I'll be able to beat him without my summons going through. So this is Catastrophe. This is one of the big spells I learned. So there's 2,700 damage. Alright, elemental swap. Okay. So this is another summon I just learned. He shoots off missiles, and then his tummy opens up and he shoots off a huge missile. Now, the small missiles initially hit him, and then if I can survive a turn, then the big missile will hit him. So this is Zul. I'll be summoning him twice. I just learned him as well, if I'm not mistaken. The ones you will not be seeing is, you will be seeing it in a roundabout way, but you will not be seeing Charon because it costs too many Earth to use. So we'll just skip over that. So we're doing some pretty decent damage here. Haunt is fine. He's pretty... Okay, Cursed, that's not great, but... I'm gonna do that. You're going to use Kieran. And let's see here, what can we do? Nothing I can do there. Let's do a regular attack with you. Diamond Dust doesn't really do anything for me. Alright, that'll dispel the Grim Reaper. That's good. Wow, Thor did a lot of damage there. I missed. Oh, okay. So there's Charon. He just murdered my guys. Okay, my guys all got murdered here. And there's the big bomb from that I was mentioning. This is all some pretty good damage. As you could, I don't know, I've been sort of fast forwarding through it, but he is, he's healing 200 HP per round. So this is a bit of a, try to go as fast as you can situation. I can use this, but I don't think it's going to help my case all that much, because what it does is it allows my guys that have passed out in the back team to be healed back to full, but it doesn't help me if they don't live. I'm just going to skip right through this shit. Okay, True Collide is pretty devastating, but it's not nearly as devastating as the one that basically turns all my Jin off. It's really, I mean, that's really devastating. Because not only do the Jin power you up, but they also allow you to summon. That's a dead guy. Yeah, and then that happens too, so... So it seems unlikely that we're going to survive this. Yep, just like that. All dead. So this is probably gonna finish me off. Yep. That's how quickly that fight can go. Another strategy I could employ is, and I don't think I'll last long enough to use it, but basically you move the Jin around so that everybody's got 2 to 3 of each. So she would have 3 of her main element and 2 of the other 2, or 2 of the other 3. Same with the other 2 they would have. And then from there, another thing we could do is, instead of balancing the team out based on old team, new team, I can actually, I mean, this was always an option, but I don't like doing it. I can move Isaac, you know, you would go strong on one of the elements. In this case, you go strong on Earth, and you go weak on one of the other 3. But then when the team flips, you're going strong on one of the other elements, or 2 and 2. So, trying to figure out what I want to do here. And apparently your main team gets more experience points than your secondary team to the back. That kind of sucks. That means you're constantly flip-flopping them out. Well, I guess that makes sense. But let's do this. We'll bring you over. And, problem with doing this is then your team becomes very unbalanced, so you only have 1 knight on this side. Maybe I'll bring me over as well. Then we're more balanced, but again, we're looking at the same thing where we've got 1 fire. Yeah, so we'd be going heavy on the Earth, and you would be going very light. We'd be going non-existent on wind, which isn't gonna work. I'm gonna need to get a wind guy in here. And then at this point, what's the point of even having him in there? Alright, let me do this again and see if I can't come up with a better plan for next time. So 8 and 2. So I would need wind to summon Charon. Or we could go heavy on this. Let's see how this works out. There's 2,000 damage right there. We're up to 3 now. Four. That's 5,000 roughly. Maybe 5 to 6,000. And then he gains 200 HP back. Your job is going to be... I don't have that, great. Nine. Ten. This should be a revive for my primary party. Unfortunately, it doesn't do much for me. That's almost 2,000 more. And Garrett's dead. You're supposed to heal Mia, that he's dead. Alright, everyone's dead. Great. Great. That's freaking great. Let's try again. We'll give this a try, I guess. Let's see here. Who's faster of the two of you? 207, 223. You guys are equally fast. Interesting. Yeah, we're gonna see how well Charon does. That's 2,000 damage there. Meteor shouldn't do all that much. So that's another 1,000. We're up to 4,000. So this is a very expensive spell to be casting. But if it ends up being worth it, you know what I mean, then it's worth it. But if it's, I mean, it's 8, 9, 10. It's 10. 10 gem big. 2,000 damage, 3,000 damage is not enough for that big enough, I don't think. Ben is dead. Great. Jeez. That's the team. So now we're heavy on water. But that might be okay. No, it is not. 2 and 3. I think stuff would be a little heavier on water, you know. Alright, let's do this. Alright, we did it. Aren't we cool? That's how you do it, I guess. I still had room to summon still. Isn't that terrible? Alright, we learned the last summon. Which is Iris. 9 Mars, 4 Mercury. That's expensive. Alright, let's do this. We're going to retreat. Alright, and we got some shit we gotta do after we leave. Well, aside from teleporting the heck out of here. Alright, first things first. Okay, these guys are all needs to come back to me. I don't think will come back to me until I go into an area that I can battle in. Nope, doesn't look like it. Alright. Since they are not gonna come back to me, I guess I will just have to use you. Alright, all healed up. Now let's come over here. This guy has corn that I can just take off his stand for no reason. Please enjoy your stay. And before we leave, we have to go up to this house up here that used to be, I guess, Isaac was staying in it for a bit, but now there's a new person in here and there's a cutscene. Ah, you've returned. What brings you to my new home? Hamma. You're my sister. Why didn't you tell me sooner? Why didn't you tell me when we first met? You play an important role in all this. If I told you, you would have come here too soon. This place is so familiar. I feel like I've lived here my whole life. Look at me, Ivan. You're too sentimental. You would have given up your quest to find your true home, and we would all be lost. What are you saying, sister? No, not sister. I do not think of me as your sister until you've fulfilled your destiny. Why? Our world is falling into ruin. What, Hamma? What do you mean? What's happening? So, this conversation's a little confused because, well, Isaac and maybe Ivan don't fully know the message that we were given in Lemuria. They were probably told when they're during the catch-up, you know, the quote-unquote cutscene catch-up, that, you know, what exactly is going on. But in case you need it spelled out for you, Ham is going to tell you exactly why we need to go to the Mars Lighthouse. Look, I don't want to interrupt but your reunion or anything, but I couldn't help. Oh, excuse me. Couldn't help overhearing you say something about the world falling apart. What's up? Our world requires a delicate balance of elemental forces. The balance has been disrupted. Without the balance, one element might be lost beneath the other, straining wayward. You're talking about Mars Lighthouse, right? Isn't Agartho taking care of Mars Lighthouse? Everything should be fine soon. So you're not supposed to go to the Mars Lighthouse, defeat them, and then come back. Agartho will not light the Mars Lighthouse. You don't think he can do it? No, a great power stands ready to oppose them. They lack the power to resist that force, and they will fall before it. But what happens if the Mars Lighthouse isn't lit quickly enough? Our world will be plunged into ice. But what would make that happen? Even I do not know the answer to that question. Ah yes, given the way the elementals interact, I see. Great, and you understand? Well, I'm only guessing, but I think it's a good guess. Quit fooling around and tell me. The Earth is nurturing and warm. Many creatures rearing in this warmth, you see. I follow you. Now think about the ocean. Is it a cold place, is it not? Yeah, it's awfully cold. Both lighthouses were lit and balance was reached. But within the lighthouse of wind, the balance has been disturbed. I get it, wind cools things down. It can't heat them up. When you burn your hands on something hot, you blow on it to cool off, don't you? Right, yeah, I've always done that without thinking about it. But that makes sense, huh? Marquee Lighthouse was lit. This didn't happen, though. I wonder why. Water cannot cool things as swiftly as wind, perhaps. Or perhaps the combined power of water and wind is cooling things down even faster. What if Hammond is saying is true? We better get moving again, Felix. I got too worked up about seeing my sister. Sorry. It's alright, I'm happy that you cared so much. Alright, Felix, let us head to the Mars Lighthouse. Alright, that's actually where we're headed next, because I already did everything else we were supposed to do. I've got stronger weapons and armor. Yeah.